Hallelujah. Okay, how many people believe it? If you believe it, stand up on your feet. Tell your neighbor that you are not going back the same. You shall go a changed person. In Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Get seated. Now, I request you to borrow me your ears. To borrow me your spirit man. I mean your mind and your heart. Forget the rest. Now focus at this time. Hallelujah. Forget about the session which has gone. And forget these which are coming tomorrow. Come back here right now. Don't plan it to those. And I advise you to take away your jackets and sweaters. Hallelujah. Okay, our theme today. The God of signs and wonders. He restores and delivers us from all circumstances. The God of signs and wonders. He restores us and delivers us from all bondages. Hallelujah. I'm repeating it. The God of signs and wonders. He restores us and delivers us from all bondages. Hallelujah. That is our theme today. It is God of signs and wonders. If He is the God of signs and wonders, there is nothing in your life He can't change. Hallelujah. Creator of the universe. Hallelujah. That nothing cannot change. There is nothing you can do, nothing you cannot change. You are able, Jesus. And now you see the child of God running mad to praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Okay, let us read our Bibles. Open your Bible. We are reading the book of Daniel. Prophet Daniel. Hallelujah. We are beginning with chapter 6. Okay. How many people don't hear English? Raise up your hand if you cannot hear English. I'm going to read in English. Daniel chapter 6. Okay, reading right away. Darius decided to appoint 120 20 governors to hold office throughout his empire. In addition, he chose Daniel and 2 others to supervise the governors and to look after the king's interests. Daniel soon showed that he could do better work than the other supervisors and the governors. Because he was so outstanding, the king considered putting him in charge of the whole empire. Then the other supervisors and the governors tried to find something wrong with the way Daniel administered the empire. But they couldn't, because Daniel was reliable and did not do anything wrong or dishonest. Verse 5. They said to each other, "We are not going to find anything of which to accuse Daniel unless it is something in connection with his religion." So they went to see the king and said, "King Darius, may your majesty live forever. All of us who administered your empire, the supervisors, the governors, and the lieutenants, governors, and the other officials have agreed that your majesty should issue an order and enforce it strictly. Give orders that for 30 days no one be permitted to request anything from any god or from any human being except from your majesty. And anyone who violates this order is to be thrown into the pit filled with lions." Verse 8. So let your majesty issue this order and sign it, and it will be in force, a law of the Medes and Persians, which cannot be changed. And so King Darius signed the order. When Daniel learned that the order had been signed, he went home in an upstairs room of his house. There were windows that faced towards Jerusalem. There, just as he had always done, he knelt down at the open doors and prayed to the Lord, to God, 3 times a day. When Daniel's enemies observed him pray to God, all of them went together to the king to accuse Daniel. They said, "Your Majesty, you signed an order that for the next 30 days, anyone who requested anything from any god or from any human being except you would be thrown into the pit filled with lions." The king replied, "Yes, that is a strict order, a law of Medes and Persians, which cannot be changed." Then they said to the king, "Daniel, one of the exiles from Judah, does not respect your majesty, nor obey the order you issued. He prays regularly 3 times a day." When the king heard this, he was upset and did his best to find some way to rescue Daniel. He kept trying until sunset. Then Daniel's enemies came back to the king and said to him, "Your majesty knows that according to the laws of Medes and Persians, no order which the king issues can be changed." So the king gave orders for Daniel to be taken and thrown into the pit filled with lions. he said to Daniel, "May your God, whom you serve so loyally, restore you." A stone was put over the mouth of the pit, and the king pressed his own royal seal and sealed his noblemen on the stone, so that no one could rescue Daniel. Verse 18. Then the king returned to the palace, and spent a sleepless night without food or any form of entertainment. At dawn, the king got up and hurried to the pit. When he got there, he cried. He called out anxiously, "Daniel, servant of the living God, was the God you serve so royally able to save you from the lions?" Daniel answered, "May your majesty live forever. God sent his angel to shut the mouth of the lions so that they would not hurt me. He did this because he knew that I was innocent, and because I have not wronged you, your majesty." The king was overjoyed and gave orders for Daniel to be pulled down out of the pit. So they pulled him up and saw that he had not been hurt at all, for he trusted in God. Then the king gave orders to arrest all those who had accused Daniel, and he had them thrown together with their wives and children into the pit filled with lions. Before they even reached the bottom of the pit, the lions pounced on them and broke all their bones. Then King Darius wrote to the people of all nations, races, and languages on earth, "Greetings! I command that throughout my empire, everyone should fear and respect Daniel's God. He is a living God, and he will rule forever. His kingdom will never be destroyed, and his power will never come to an end. He saves and rescues. He performs wonders and miracles. In heaven and on earth. He saved Daniel from being killed by the lions. Daniel prospered during the reign of Darius and the reign of Cyrus.